This is Carson. He has been one of the biggest problems of our server since day one of him joining. This man is a convict and a criminal, committing countless crimes such as theft, arson, exploitation, and so much more. For anyone that hasn't seen the stream... For anyone that hasn't seen my streams yet, make sure to go check them out over my VODs channel, link in the description. But just in case people don't know the story, let's take it back to the very beginning.
What if I just found TNT or made TNT and just blew up Aiden's house?
You get permanently banned off the server and you'll never see the light of day again.
What if I blew up the presidential building?
You will be banned off the server and never see the light of day again.
What if I blow up Bo's house?
You will be banned from the server and you'll never see the light of day again.
What if I blow up the jail?
You will be put in there for the rest of your life. Yeah, this place.
I'm gonna go find TNT real quick. Or make some. I'm gonna go make some. I need some sand.
Where are you gonna get the gunpowder from? I ain't turning off peaceful mode. How are you gonna get the gunpowder? Oh, lodestone. I'm actually gonna need this lodestone.
Oh, I found the sand.
Yeah, you found sand, but how are you gonna find gunpowder?
It'll be around here somewhere.
So as you can see, day one of streaming, Carson was already making me nervous. I was just in the nether going ancient free mining for the project I wanted to do. While I'm in there, he just starts saying how he wants to blow stuff up. So I got really nervous and I started making my way back to spawn. Until I saw that Carson took my beacons and hit them. I automatically knew it was him because when I asked him about it, he got so defensive about it for no reason. And even he was laughing the entire time, it felt like. I swear to God, bro. I literally can't have anything go on the server. I swear to God. Why did I even make this public server? I'm about to put the server on private and play on my own. I'm getting sick of this. It got so bad to the point where me and Bo had to chase Carson around the entire server before finally killing him. And even then, he still didn't tell me where it was. What was even worse is that even though Carson did get the beacon, regardless of what happened, I had lost. Because if we banned him, we wouldn't get the beacons back. But if we didn't ban him, he could stay on the server and most likely get away with anything he wants. So how did this start? Well, before I started streaming, Tristan and Bo made a joke while I was at the creeper farm, saying that they would start a rebellion and try to overthrow me as a joke. But Carson heard that, and he took it too seriously. At that point, he would stop at nothing to try to end me and the server along with it. And this was just the start of a rebellion that would last for a very long time. After some time, I began my first series of the channel known as Saving Our World. This is the point where me, Braden, and Bo started getting really nervous about what Carson had planned for the server. And you're probably thinking, oh, just ban him off the server, it's not that hard. Well, the thing was, for some reason, I wasn't able to use the /ban command for some reason. It just said it was an unexpected error and that the command didn't exist. Well, what about kicking somebody? Technically it would work, but all it would take is a single invite to bring him back, so that wasn't really gonna work. So, this brought me to my last thought. Either A, we keep him on and see what happens, then call him out for it, or B, we annoy him so much, he leaves for good. Well, I decided on both of them. You see, Carson is a special person. When he burnt Spawn down, he just said it was because of his boredom and ADHD. Now, normally I could understand this, but it's not an excuse to do stuff to hurt others emotionally. See, we had spent a decent amount of time of setting the server up to be the way it was, and he was just ruining it because of a quote-unquote disability he had. If I fast forward a little bit to when we first kicked him off the server, he started literally breaking down in the middle of class, saying that it was unfair and we were being bad friends. First off, don't make yourself look like the victim. Second, he said that he was struggling with depression and that this wasn't helping. And third off, if you are depressed, don't make others around you feel that way too. Maybe if he told us about it and didn't resort to making the others around him feel that way, then it would have turned out to be a good ending and we could all live in peace and harmony. Man, this kind of sounds like the average stereotypical bully from high school. Or just school in general. Now, here's the funny part. Me, Braden, and Ryder were in history class, and Carson's in there as well. And the teacher was talking about stuff about World War II and stuff that Hitler did during war. We were talking about how Hitler didn't stop until he got his way. And even when people told him to stop, he said he would, but then immediately did it again not long after. Man, I need to learn how to read these scripts better. This got us thinking, and we all immediately looked at Carson and said, "Is Carson the new Hitler of our server?" Carson instantly denied it, but we kept laughing and laughing because, well, it was true. Anytime we told him not to do something, he said he would stop it, but the very next day, he did the same thing over and over and over again. But every time we confronted him, he denied it and won his case. We got so fed up that we decided to do some trolling. The events you're about to see here take place a couple hundred days into the future. So, I was working on a megabase, which I'll talk about later in the video, and during school, we all got together and decided we were done. So I waited a couple hours into the stream to make it seem like it was just a normal day. Right outside of the megabase outline, I had a death trap set up so that even people in full netherite armor couldn't survive it. I had built a platform, probably about 30 or so blocks in the air, and put a large pile of dripstone at the bottom. We thought that it was the perfect trap to hopefully get rid of him for good. We waited for the perfect time, and right as he was about to commit some crimes, what it seemed like, it was finished. I teleported him to me, and I punched him off right into the dripstone. We all got his supplies, and we kicked him off for some time. After that, well, it seemed like he was going to be gone for good. But I was persuaded otherwise by a couple people on the server and Carson himself for one final chance. Long story short, Carson was actually fine for a couple of days until he decided to start streaming the server for himself. Now this is where stuff just went way down the drain. So somehow, on his very first stream, he acted so suspicious. He kept kicking people out of spawn so he could try and duplicate stuff. He got a whole netherite beacon by duplication and X-raying. So now all ancient debris within like a 500 block radius was just gone. And he even hinted at his partner Grayson that he was going to blow up the server entirely by telling Grayson to go grind up gunpowder, to which Grayson said, "Carson, don't do what I think you're going to do," hinting at the fact that Carson might blow up the server. Then Carson replied with, "Oh, I'm gonna wait a little bit when their guard is down." This freaked me the hell out, so I decided to tell everyone about what I just heard. I messaged everyone and told them the exact timestamp of where and what he said. Everyone immediately said to remove him off the server, to which I instantly agreed with them. We confronted it to him, and he just said it was a joke and that he didn't really mean it, unlike other past events. None of us were buying it, so we did the only thing we could in that situation. We banned both Carson and Grayson off the server since Grayson wasn't as trustworthy considering he was by Carson's side the entire time, and we just didn't want to take the risk. And so it was settled. After that point on, we never saw Carson or Grayson again. They never touched the face of our server, and we all lived in peace and harmony. Now, before we end this off, I thought it'd be interesting to do an interview on everyone that played a part in this conflict. And here's how it went. Okay. I have all the questions here for you right now. Are you ready for your first question, Braden?
Sure.
Okay. The first question I have for you. How did it feel being part of the rebellion?
It was
Like,
quite
in both
interesting.
ways, like, how so? How is it interesting?
So it really helped me progress with myself on the server and actually become known, essentially. Because really no one paid attention to me until I said I was on Carson's side. Quotations with my fingers there.
Mm-hmm.
But,
Just as an inside man.
yeah. But what was really interesting is how I managed to somehow grind out from iron to netherite in a single day. So it really got me invested in this server is what happened. It made me actually want to play because, as you know beforehand, I never played. I just really
Yeah.
wasn't interested in it. I was part of the
But then
community.
you
I
saw
just
this
didn't.
and you were like, oh my goodness, I must do this. Like it's my dream.
Essentially.
Okay. Your second question. What was your biggest achievement throughout the entire server?
Yeah, to actually being able to claim my own plot of land and trying to do something that I really wanted to do. Sadly, I didn't get to finish it, but on the I will want to claim a village for myself, and I will want to try to transform it just with by myself.
Anyways, third question. Why did you want the mace so badly?
Maybe because you had it, and essentially, if I had it, you technically weren't the strongest on the server anymore.
Um, your fourth question. Were you and Bo in a secret battle of strength?
Not that I
Like
know of.
what?
I never
Like,
really paid
like what
attention
I'm
to
meaning
Bo.
is because the fact that you guys were always back and forth on who is stronger than another.
Nah, I never really considered it a battle. I just kind of like made fun of him for it. It was just like a little joke that I was doing. I don't know if he actually took it serious.
From what I saw, he really didn't because he wasn't trying to get stronger. He was just trying to stand out. Next up, how did it feel being an inside man?
I really wasn't inside man for too long, so I didn't really get any useful information. So I really couldn't tell you. I was like an inside man for like a day, and the only information I got is that we're getting everybody full netherite, maxed out gear, and strength potions. That's all I knew.
Mm. What's your main goal of the server? What was your main goal?
So when I first joined the server, was I meant to be like the most peaceful person as possible, and then I was targeted as one of the worst people on the server. I really didn't mean any harm until people started killing me constantly for no reason. Like I tried to be funny and stuff, but then people took it as I wasn't trying to be like funny, and then people started killing me because they didn't think it was funny. They thought I was being uh, very annoying and trying to be annoying and seeking for attention, which I really didn't. I just wanted to be like one of the funny people and one of the most peaceful.
Okay. Now your second question. Well, it's kind of just going on with that. Why'd you want to achieve that goal?
Um, the reason why I wanted to like achieve that goal was I I just wanted some place to actually like play Minecraft. I didn't really want to do. I didn't want to be the villain. I really just wanted to be complete honesty here. I really wanted to be like the most peaceful person on the server.
Okay, and as we can all see, that backfired
Very.
badly. Disregarding that though, this one's a deep question. Is it really true that you wanted to destroy the server? Because from what I heard from at least from like Devin and a little bit of Grayson, they said that you had intentions of it, and is all that true? Like, did you have any like intention or just like thought of it?
At first, because like it was getting really annoying that people just hated me for no reason at all. Because
So you went on this villain arc.
people also like took everything so seriously. Like how you and Domo just started like doing like you guys like kept like doing like a little game of tag towards the end of the server every so often. So like Domo would punch you and then you'd punch him back. And then if I did that to somebody else, they'd take it too seriously.
Why did you like use exploits and like X-ray and everything?
The main reason was I just wanted resources to where I could literally do anything I wanted on the server. I didn't really mean to scare people with the resources and the exploits that I had. All I really meant was to just um um what I really meant to do was just make it to where I could build anything and anybody could kill. Like if somebody came for me to like ask for something to build something, then I'd most likely give it to them. Like how I literally no hesitation I like X-rayed for like days on end for Braden. And that also backfired because I got banned like right after that.
Why couldn't you be peaceful in the server?
Yeah, but like I said, I really didn't. I really tried to be peaceful. I didn't mean to hurt anyone or make anybody mad just for no reason. There's always reasons why behind what I did.
And I mean, like, that's understandable and everything, but it's more so the fact that, like, I mean, like, in the beginning, like, it wasn't that big of an issue because everybody did it on the server. Everyone was just kind of, like, picking at each other and whatnot.
Yeah, and then
But
like people
I think
took
to
it
some
too
other people, especially,
seriously.
like, or to people at least like me, Bo, and, like, Braden, we saw it as, like, repetition, and it was happening way too frequently that we started getting a little bit annoyed at it, and you just didn't see it. That's kind of how, like, we saw it. I mean, at first it was just like, all right, I see how it is.
Yeah.
But then, like, day by day, it kept happening. Oh. Like, day by day, it kept, like, getting, like, worse and worse, it felt like. And it was just an endless repeating cycle. So we started getting, a little bit annoyed, but...
Yeah.
Did you ever have a change in heart towards the server?
Yes.
All right, simple and straight to the point. Next question. Why did you want to become powerful in the first place? Because, like, when me, Bo, and Braden, like, because we were the 3 strongest people on the server, but then you got, like, all the strongest gear and everything. Like, what was the point behind that? Like, why did you want to become so strong?
Well, one was so then I would stop dying to other people and to nature.
Yeah.
Yeah, at one point I had stronger armor than Bo.
Okay. Is it really true that you wanted to obtain the mace? 'Cause I knew you were talking about it at one point, and like, is it true that you actually wanted to do it?
Yes, I did want the mace.
Why?
The reason behind that was one, like it's kind of fun insta killing like everything, and one of my missions was actually I was going to try to destroy the warden when one tap it.
I got this from Devin when I did the interview with Devin the first time. How much TNT did you have? Because he
0.
told me that you had like stacks and stacks of TNT.
0 TNT. I made like 1 or 2 every so often, but then I used it on something.
This is kind of going back to the beginning. Were you actually going to destroy the server, or were you just doing it for attention?
I don't know how to talk about this one. I was technically trying to destroy the server at one point. After that, because since Braden was threatening me and stuff, because he wanted to 1v2 me with 2 maces and everything.
Not Braden. I wanted... Okay, when I challenged the war and everything, I wanted it to be me against you and Grayson.
And then Braden chimed in and said it should be a 2v1. Me against you and Braden. That's why I left, was because, well, I knew I would lose. Because there's no point in trying to go up against a 2v1, that'd be unfair.
Mm-hmm. If your goal of the server, like, was to destroy it, why did you not make it less obvious?
Well, half the time I really didn't try, but then I figured out that I probably should have.
Yeah. Because the way you kept, like, contradicting yourself so much made us think you were really going to destroy the server, because you weren't hiding anything. That's why, like, we started getting really suspicious and untrustworthy with you.
Yeah.
It started becoming really obvious that something was happening. Like, I noticed signs and everything, like, I could tell.
Yeah.
And I know when people are lying. What were you really doing in the underground village? I don't know. It was just a question I wanted to ask, because I'm very curious.
In my underground village?
Other than that, like, in the underground village, like, were you doing anything else? Like, I'm just very curious.
So
like, was it just the village, or were you doing something else?
I the main part of the village was the village was mainly because I just wanted an underground village that looked like the Truman Show. And after that, I tried what's it called? I tried, so when I got Grayson his full netherite armor, he asked me if I could like fully upgrade it, and I said I could try. And then I got banned before I could even upgrade one part of his armor.
Okay, did you have any, like, holes beneath spawn? Like, for, like, TNT or something? Because, again, I'm getting this from Devin
No,
when I interviewed him.
none of it was. There was no holes underground. I was going to, but I found that too difficult.
When did you put that secret, or, sorry, why did you put that secret base under spawn, and what were you doing there?
The base under spawn?
Yeah, like that one.
So
base that you had, like Devin.
where I like that I burnt down mid the base. Oh my gosh. The base was what's it called? Oh my goodness! I like making underground bases a lot, and secret ones at that, and really it was mainly for just a good underground base that had other stuff there.
Okay. Why did you use invisibility potions in that one fight we had?
Invisibility potions?
Yeah.
Because I thought it'd be funny, because why not?
And also, a side question to that. Why were you making invisibility in the first place?
Main reason was so then I could spy on people, see what they're actually doing, or like, because people would say that they're doing something, and then they'd be doing something else.
Okay. Interesting.
Like being in my base or something like that.
Interesting. Okay, how much exploited items did you own?
I don't remember the count, but at least a good, like, 10 stacks of diamond blocks, and 5 stacks of netherite blocks, and then a couple stacks of gold blocks, which I just collected, and then, yeah, I think that was it. And, like, 5 totems I got from the raid.
Okay. Why did you bring Tristan back?
Oh, like, for, like
that one battle. Why'd you bring him back?
Rebel War?
Yeah, like,
Because I thought it was...
where you guys instantly died.
I thought it'd be like the day for battling, because I thought it was the battle day, and I wasn't ready for battle day, so I brought Tristan because Bo non-stop killed me.
Alright.
You should put a clip of that too.
This also goes along with that. Why did you chicken out of most of our fights?
Because one, you had the maze, so I was like no match, and two, half the fights
I never wanted to use the mace. Like, I wanted it to be like fair fights, so I wasn't gonna use the mace. And like, I even said that like in some of the streams, like when I went to battle, I was like, I'm not gonna use the mace because that's not fair.
Well, half the time it was because one, I had like in the beginning of the realm, all I had was diamond armor, and it wasn't enchanted. So
I'm saying like when you got like netherite armor and everything.
Oh, when I got well, towards when I got netherite armor, nobody really called fights until the very final fight. I think it was like 1 or 2 fights, and we planned it on a different day, and it just never happened.
Okay. Carson, for your final question of the day. Will we ever see you again?
Depends. If I'm allowed to.
Domo? Domo. Where the hell is this guy? Oh wait, you're right. Surely Bo can do it, right? Surely he can do it. You see, oh my god, bro. We all look. Oh my god! We all looked at oh my god, brother. We confronted him, and he just. Oh my god. We confronted it to him. Oh my god, it's gonna be a long recording session. None of us were buying it, and we did the only thing we could in that situation. We signed the Declaration of Independence. Oh my god, what is wrong with me? Like, I want to get this recording session done. I want to get this movie out, bro. And then it was settled. After that point, Carson, after that point on, never touched I'm done, bro. I'm done. What's your main goal of the server? What was your main goal?
My main goal was really when I joined, I kind of like meant to what is it? Sorry, hold up.
Oh, you been nervous, mate?
No, I can't think.
First time in the movie. And for your final question, Carson, will we ever see you again?
Maybe. Only if people just be nice. I don't know, man. That was so stupid.
That was awful. Let's do that again. That was terrible, Carson. That was awful.
I didn't have one ready.
And for your final question, Carson, will we ever see you again?
Yes. I always come back.
What the fuck? Brother. Brother, what? Take 3, I guess.
Aww.
I always come back.
Dang. Should I just do it like that, then?
No, we're gonna have these as bloopers. I'm just gonna be like, alright, Carson, will we ever see you again? Yes, but I always come back. And I'm gonna just put William Afton's voice line there. And just like, alright, take 3, let's go again. Movie reference? No. Maybe. I don't know. Alright, take 3 then, I guess. Well, that was it. The finalization part 1 of the movie is completely finished. I just want to say thank you all so much for watching the movie all the way through. And if you didn't, well, sucks to be you, because it was amazing, in my opinion. And if you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like and maybe subscribe down below and leave a comment on what I should do next besides the other 2 parts. Because me and my 2 friends, Ryder and AJ, we have like a bet that we would all upload at least one video every week, at least until we hit 1,000 subscribers, and maybe further on. So if you want to see me win that race, let me know by subscribing to the channel and not subscribing to those losers. Again, I thank you all so much for watching this, and I will see you all in the next video I make. Peace out.